Hey Pisces, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for November 28th through December 4th. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect and see what's coming up here for the collective. You may stumble upon this video at a later date, at a much later date. It's fine. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective, so not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And without further ado, we're going to see what's coming up here for the Pisces collective. Move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card that's coming up here is the Queen of Wands. This could be a feminine fire sign energy, an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So there could be here dealing with the feminine fire sign energy. If you have fire sign placements, you may be focusing on those houses or those areas of your life. Now, zodiac aside, you may also be dealing with someone who has the characteristics of the Queen of Wands, even if they don't have the fire sign placement, or you yourself may be stepping into the characteristics of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very ambitious. She's very independent. She's the life of the party. She's very funny, very hot, very desirable. Also very much kind of like a free-spirited, entrepreneurial kind of energy here. So you may be encountering someone who has these characteristics. You may be stepping into these characteristics. Sometimes for me in my readings, the Queen of Wands comes up when we may be coming into a time where we're really getting in touch with our anger. Our anger may be coming to the surface, and we might be tempted to push it down or to say, oh, this is negative. I don't want to be negative. And, I'm going to try to, focus on positive things. Emotions are not negative. What makes something negative is what we do with it. Anger in itself is not a negative thing, right? It's like fire. You can use fire to keep yourself warm, to melt down metals and do alchemy, to cook your food, to disinfect materials. It's not necessarily going to be a negative thing. It's what you do with it that makes it negative. And so anger is a tool. And sometimes for me in my readings, Queen of Wands comes up to encourage you to embrace that anger and to put it to use in a positive way where it's motivating you. You're using it as fuel for the fire and moving you forward and propelling you forward and going for change. A lot of the times I see this happen with this card when you might be in this phase where you're starting to realize just how much people are benefiting from having you around. Like you're starting to realize and see really all of what you bring to the table and how other people have benefited from you. You may have made, I can't talk, I'm so sorry. My tongue is getting all twisted here. For example, like in work situations, you may be calculating and you may be realizing how much money you've made for certain bosses or certain companies you've worked for, or how others have really benefited from your ideas, your gifts, your talents, your efforts. And you're like, I'm not barely even getting back peanuts, you know? Like you might be realizing that there's an unfairness here. And unfortunately, in the beginning stages of this process, you may try to speak up, you may try to ask for more, and you may be met with flattery or like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing, and we don't know what we would do without you, Pisces. We'd be so lost without you. Oh my gosh, we really wish we could do more for you, but we can't. And they kind of stroke your ego, and they kind of try to make you feel sorry for them. or they just kind of try to convince you everything is fine the way that it is, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. And so you may feel like you're getting blown off. You may feel like you're getting ignored, you're not being heard. Your requests or your complaints are just kind of being swept under the rug. And so there's this anger that starts to come up. And you're like, this is nonsense. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I know what I'm worth. I know what I deserve. And there's this healthy sense of entitlement and this reaching higher and going for more and ending up getting it in a short period of time because you're so motivated. You're so fueled by this, passionate emotion of frustration and anger, and you're just not putting up with anything. You're not settling for less. So regardless of zodiac placement, you may be stepping into this energy, and you may be aiming for more and landing it in a short period of time, or dealing with a person that has these characteristics that maybe is inspiring you to be the same way or to do the same. The next card that's coming up here for the Pisces collective is the Eight of Pentacles. And so this could be working on something, working out the details, working out the kinks in a situation. Sometimes the Eight of Pentacles can come up when maybe we're feeling led or guided to learn a certain skill or invest in some kind of equipment for work. And the Eight of Pentacles tells us that we're going to be successful in this endeavor. It's going to return to us, a nice little harvest or a nice little profit. But the Eight of Pentacles also comes in with the energy of there's no need to rush right now. Like, we can take the time to work out the details, to figure things out. We don't have to hurry up and make everything happen all at once. So, for example, maybe you're working on something for a business. Eight of Pentacles says there's really no hurry. There's really no rush to like hurry up and launch this and get it out to the public. It's better to take your time and pay attention to the details and perfect it. In a work situation, you may be in a work situation where quality, not quantity, is going to be favorable for you. It's going to make you, noticed and appreciated. The quality versus the over quantity. Um, Also, here with the Eight of Pentacles, could be working out the details with someone, working out agreements, taking our time and figuring out all the little nuances, all of the little, like how things are going to work, how things are going to move forward, how things are going to go. Could be a sense of working out details with someone. Next card coming up here for the Pisces collective is the Nine of Swords. And Nine of Swords can come up when we're experiencing insomnia. We might have fears or worries over all of the things that might go wrong. We might have fears or worries over how other people are seeing us or viewing us in a situation. But the Nine of Swords reminds us that a lot of our fear and a lot of our worry is unnecessary. People may not be looking at us as negatively as we think. Uh, the things that we're worried about going wrong may never go wrong unless we're obsessing about them so much that we're creating them or manifesting them. So some of you have heard me say before with the Nine of Swords, when we're in this fear energy, we can say, okay, all right, here's some fear that I have. Let me try to use this to my benefit. Let me try to use this to my advantage. So these are the things I'm worried might go wrong. So how can I prepare myself in case these things go wrong? Like, what's a good little safety net that I can have laid out? What's a good little plan that I can have to get through these challenges if they happen, if they occur? Uh, and second layer here, I'm sorry, the first layer here is what can I do to prevent these things from occurring? Second layer is what can I do in case they occur anyway, right? Like, how can I be prepared for it? What steps that I can take if it happens anyway? And so being in this energy of preparedness, and then taking it up in prayer. God, universe, here's all the things I'm worried might go wrong. If it's in the best and highest good of all involved, I ask that these things not occur. But if for some reason they must occur, thank you for helping me get through them as quickly and as painlessly as possible. So a sense of different layers of protection, preparedness, readiness, surrender. We do the best we can and we surrender the outcome, right? It's going to be whatever it's going to be. It's going to turn out however it's going to turn out. All we can do in the meantime is just simply do our best. And so this could be a lesson that some of you are coming into. I feel Pisces breaking out of a long, long, long cycle of desiring perfection. Like things you maybe never did in your life, or you never got started because you felt like, I don't want to do it if I'm not going to do it perfect. But I feel like you're breaking out of that and you're realizing there's no such thing as perfect. And you're realizing that there's just things that you don't want to put on hold anymore. You're wanting to experience it, you're wanting to go for it, you're wanting to live life. And so I feel like you're breaking away from this need for perfection, or this intense self-criticism, and allowing yourself to have new experiences and just kind of see where they go, see how they kind of end up, without feeling too I don't want to say concerned, but too tied to any kind of an outcome. Now, your outcome card, speaking of outcome, is the Queen, not the Queen, I'm sorry, the King of Cups. And this is your beautiful Pisces energy, right? Could be masculine Pisces energy, so you may be stepping into your masculine energy. You may be dealing with a fellow water sign who may be a masculine energy. And so water signs are going to be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Now, a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, so our King of Cups gets typecast as like baby daddy, husband, kind of energy, marriage, and that can definitely be something some of you may be manifesting. Perhaps maybe some of you are manifesting marriage. Um, but the King of Cups here is very stable energy. He's very generous, he's very successful, but he's also got a backbone, and he's nobody's fool, and he's not going to be taken advantage of. And so, Pisces, you may be wanting to collaborate with somebody, work with somebody, or maybe you're really wanting to kind of like put yourself into some work here. Maybe it's a partnership or a relationship for some of you, but there's this fear and this anxiety of, number one, maybe I'm not going to get it perfect. And then if I'm not going to get it perfect, I'm going to fail and I'm not going to be desirable. Or, well, in the past, historically, I've been so eager to please. I've aimed to please, and I've ended up dealing with people who've milked me dry. And so there's the other fear. On one hand, there's the fear of, what if I don't do it perfect? On the other hand, what if I overcompensate? What if I'm just giving so much that I start to get taken advantage of? Well, the good thing about the King of Cups is, even though he's generous, he's nobody's fool. He has boundaries. He has expectations. He's not going to give and be generous to people who are disrespectful towards him. He's not going to give and be generous to people who are taking advantage of his generosity. And so, Pisces, this is the balance that a lot of you are going to be finding. You're going to be finding the balance of being in your confidence, and being of service, being of help, being in your kindness, but having that backbone to where you're not going to get taken advantage of, or you're not going to get walked all over here with this King of Cups. Some of you could be manifesting literal marriage, literal fatherhood, or finding the father of your child. There could be that case here too with the King of Cups. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. If you would like to check out the weekly forecast, there's a link in the description that will take you to the different videos, also love readings. And if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelight. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.